Welcome back. This morning we are joined by Julie Cole, co-founder of Mabel's Labels and our regular parenting expert, and also Libby Ward, who has 5 kabillion TikTok viewers, and
pretty much.
You're a speaker and
content creator, all that.
All that,
Mental
all that.
health advocate.
Is that a Joseph Tassoni?
It is a Joseph Tassoni.
Who are you wearing, Libby?
I don't know. Aritzia.
Same. I don't know. Anyways, let's get going here. First of all, we're going to talk about a case in the U.S. A Texas woman who got a fine for driving in the HOV lanes.
Right.
A pregnant mom.
Right.
And so, anyway, she claimed that she had a second passenger in her womb.
Right. She did claim that.
Shouldn't get a ticket.
Look, I think in the aftermath of Roe versus Wade, lots of stuff was happening.
Yeah.
And this woman, was busy picking up her son from daycare, got pulled over, and the cop went to ticket her, said, "Where's the second passenger?" And she's like, "Right here, baby. right here." And he's like, "I don't think so." It'll be interesting to see how it plays out because it hasn't gone to court yet.
No.
Right. And
It
I
has some
heard
delays.
this morning that the court date is around the exact same date of her due date.
Yeah.
Which, go figure.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yes. Yeah. But maybe the courts will be generous for her creativity.
Well,
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the courts
What's your
aren't
thoughts on
generally.
this? What's the social media reaction on
well,
this?
there is a reaction. I think a lot of it has to do with, you can't have it both ways. Look,
Right.
government, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like in the States, women don't really have maternity leave. They don't really have accessible, affordable health care. They don't have accessible, affordable child care. So in many ways, like the laws are stacked against women when they become mothers.
Right.
Everything's stacked against them.
Yeah.
And so it's like you can't have it both ways. So, did she want to use the law in her favor? Sure. Did
I'd
she
say
do
go
it?
for
Go ahead.
it.
Like, why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
And people are, I give her points for creativity as well.
Sure,
Like, this
for
is
sure.
awesome. And people, remember we saw that guy in Toronto, going to Toronto, and he had the dummy in the passenger,
Yeah.
And there also was a man in California a few years ago, I don't know if you remember this, he put his corporate documents on the passenger seat and claimed because under California law, corporations are a person.
Oh, serious?
So he claimed that as second passenger.
And how did that go?
It didn't go. And that's where I think it might not work for her either, because the intent is that you're carpooling.
Well,
Right. And she even said it was a knee-jerk reaction, right? She's like, I'm late to pick up my son for daycare.
Yeah, it wasn't a political statement.
I went, in the HOV lane to get there, and at the last minute, I was like, well, here's my other passenger.
Right.
So like, why not?
Because that's the problem. The intent of the HOV laws are
Right.
to fill those passenger seats. That's not the case with this.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But power to her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out in court.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I mentioned you got a few TikTok followers.
A couple.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
But that's a big issue with copyright. These, like when you're posting your content,
Right.
and it gets reposted or just. Can we say stolen? Really? Or lifted?
It happens.
Right. And so the thing is with short form video, not only is it's like a new industry, right? So if you think about like books and magazines and TV shows, the laws are
Firmly
strict
entrenched.
and firmly entrenched. And short form video is a relatively new
This is a nascent
form
thing,
of media, and because it started as something as following trends. So it's hard to pinpoint what's copying, what's not copying, right? But when I started TikTok, it was very much just a hobby, and it's become a career. And I've honed the craft of short form video, and I've come up with my own concepts and ideas, like many content creators.
Yeah.
And so it like hurts, when people take it and copy it verbatim. They're not inspired, because I get inspired by people all the time, but it's like that copying, and it happens a lot. And so we're in this like weird stage right now where it's like what's counted as copying, what's being inspired, what is copyright.
It's kind of a Wild West right now.
Yeah, it's very much
a Wild West. And the
yeah.
thing is, I think with the kind of work that you do, and I found it too when we started Mabel's Labels, like I felt like a lot of people just are like, oh, that's a cute little hobby. And it's like, no, we're business people. These are our careers.
Right.
We can't downplay this. Like, content creation to me is one of those jobs where it looks so easy and it's so hard to do.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Like when you look at a 15 to 30 second video, it's like, it makes you laugh, it connects with you. You assume probably 15 to 30 seconds went into making it.
How about 15 hours?
Right. And the amount of time that it takes. And then especially when you go from this is a hobby to this is a job, and it takes a really vast skill set to make it, and you take all this time to make this video, and then when someone copies it verbatim, you're like, man, that took me so much
It's
time.
heartbreaking. It is
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
yes.
It would be.
Yeah.
And some credit the artist, which is lame. It's meaningless. Credit to the artist.
Yeah.
Unless it has Libby Ward on it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And that's the thing. I think, you do have to protect yourselves. I think for women entrepreneurs in general, I always say do register your trademarks if you can. Do protect yourselves. Do send out those cease and desist letters, but really try also to stay focused on what you do. Keep your eye on the ball.
Right.
Stay innovative.
Right.
And keep an eye on your competitors in the in the rearview mirror.
And be okay standing up for yourself.
Right.
Because the thing is, women in general, mothers, women in the workplace are often told you're being too dramatic, you're getting too upset, you're hormonal, like we're people pleasers. We just want to make everyone happy. And so we often don't say, actually that's mine.
Yeah.
Actually,
Exactly.
I worked hard on that. Because we're, sort
It's
of
gotta be
afraid of like, what
protected.
are people going to think?
Yeah. We're going to link up
Yeah.
all your socials and add more morning live viewers to your TikTok page.
Awesome. Perfect.
And Julie as well. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us on our
Thank you.
parenting panel.